go. Wednesday night college basketball action. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. We're just a month away from the 2013 NCAA basketball tournament, and nobody wants to stay on top of the AP Top 25 rankings, with the Indiana Hoosiers dropping a close one last night to the Minnesota Golden Gophers, a pick that you would have received right here at SBRvideos.com, as I gave out the Minnesota Golden Gophers plus 6.5 against Indiana last night. But we're going to head to the Pac-12 conference, a conference that really is wide open with just 2 weeks to go in the regular season before they play the Pac-12 conference tournament here in Las Vegas. The Colorado Buffaloes versus the Stanford Cardinal at Maples Pavilion in Palo Alto, California. Cardinal opened up as 3.5-point home favorites, basically remained at that level, some threes in the betting market on SBRodds.com, while the total was moved from 133 to 134. When you look at the Colorado Buffaloes, 7-3 in their last 10 games, coming off a 60-50 victory over the Utah Utes as 12-point home favorites, and they have gone under the total in 9 of their last 10 games. They are the best team defensively in terms of scoring defense during conference play in the Pac-12, so definitely something of note. And 2 of those 3 losses have come by 3 points or less, so not really surprised where this line is currently in the market. 8-6 in Pac-12 conference play, 7-7 against the spread in those 14 games. They are outscoring conference opponents by 3.4 points per game. That is just slightly down from a plus 5.8 scoring margin over the course of the entire 2012-13 campaign. Something I got from the Pac-12 Media Relations Director earlier this week, something I wrote down when he gives me information: 40% of Pac-12 conference games have been decided by 5 points or less. Really the key player to handicap in this game for Colorado is forward Andre Roberson. He averages 10.6 points, but the real story is he leads the nation in grabbing 11.8 rebounds per game, and he tied a career high with 20 of them in a 75-54 blowout victory over Stanford earlier this year as 4-point home favorites. That one fell under the total of 136.5, and was really key in that game for Colorado with picking up that scoring margin was the fact that all 5 starters scored in double figures. That's the first time that this program has had that happen in the same game since January 5th, 2009. Stanford does play better defense at home. They're going to be looking to avoid their first 3-game losing streak at Maples Pavilion since 2010. 2-4 in their last 6 games. That includes a 77-66 loss to the Oregon Ducks as 5-point road underdogs. Really can push that one aside. Oregon is shown to be the toughest home floor in the entire conference, and they've gone over the total in 4 of their last 6 games. They did sweep last year's series, so that's why that 21-point loss in the first meeting in Boulder is really eye-opening to me, given the fact that they won both games by 20-plus points against the Buffaloes last year. They are 0-2 against the spread when revenging a loss of 20 points or more in the last 2+ seasons. But I kind of like the fact that Stanford's going to bounce back here. Like I said, the Pac-12 conference is wide open, and Stanford needs this game badly. Colorado has not won 3 conference road games consecutively since 2001. And freshman forward Josh Scott, who's really been a key player for this team as the season's gone on, is questionable with concussion symptoms, something that I don't think he's going to play. And if he does, I don't think he's going to be as aggressive as he normally would be in the paint. And also, Stanford was 8.5-point home favorites in the same game last year. A lot of the same players in this one. And Colorado is 0-4 against the spread as road underdogs of 3.5 to 6 points. I know there's some threes in the market, which I'm going to grab, but if this line goes up to 3.5 across the board in the market, don't worry about it with that betting trend. And also, Stanford much better from the free throw line than Colorado, which could play a key part in covering this number late in the game. So my official pick on this game is going to be the Stanford Cardinal -3 against the Colorado Buffaloes on Wednesday night. This has been another edition of Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. And if you want any more key statistics like that one I threw out with the Pac-12 Conference, 40% of the games being decided by 5 points or less, you're going to want to follow me on Twitter at Jeff Grant Sports. Cut.